Okay, today we're going to have a quick look at rounding test, and it's I'm going to write a question on the board. We're going to start off with a simple one. So we have 25 plus 23. The next one, the students know to round to the nearest 10. We've got our little one over here. And what happens here is I have the students rewrite the 25 first. They underline the number that they're looking at rounding, which in this case is tens. They put a box or a circle around the neighbor that's going to tell what's to do. We talked about mean neighbors always serving fully and telling that tens column exactly what it has to do. And if we look at our tips, we see that the 5 is in the section where it tells the 2 that it has to change and become a different number. So that 5 then becomes the next number up, which is a 3. And because we're rounding to tens, we'll put a 0 at the end. 25 rounded is 30. Then we look at the next number, 23. Again, underline the 10. The box or circle around the ones column. And in this case, it's a bit nicer. It tells the 2 doesn't have to change. It just needs to stay 2. And again, rounding down means the number stays the same, but the number as a whole comes down, so it's now 20. So 23 rounds to 20, and our estimate becomes 50. Then the students go back and add the other ones and check how close their estimate was. I find that 48 and 50 are pretty close. Now we're going to look at how grade 4s can round to help estimate a couple of different ways. So we've got 1,375 plus 2,822. What the students here can do is they can round to the thousands if they'd like. So the 3 tells the 1, so the 3 here tells the 1 not to change. So that becomes 1,000. And the 8 here tells the 2 that has to change. So 2 becomes a 3,000. And the estimate will be 4,000. So that's rounding to just thousands. Now, we'll switch colors and we'll look at rounding to the nearest hundreds. Well, here's our hundreds here. We'll just go this way. Here's our hundreds here. If tens tell the hundreds what to do. So that 7 tells the 3 becomes 1,400. So round to the hundreds. And the 2 here tells the 8 to stay the same. So it becomes 2,800. So what we can see here is the estimate is different, not that much. Now, we'll switch colors again, or they can round to the nearest 10. So here is our 10s here, and here's the ones that tell the 10s what to do. So, we write out our 1, 3, 1,300. 5 tells the 7 that it has to change, because the 2 has to go up. 1,380. This 2 here tells this 2 that it stays the same because it's in that part of our organizer that tells the number it's going to round down, which we know means stay the same. And this is where students can get confused sometimes. We've really explained that in class. So that becomes 2,800. Those numbers don't change. The 2 doesn't change either. Now we've got a 0. So now we're adding. See, these estimates are actually the same, and they're all within a couple hundred. So now we check our math. That's 7, that's 9, that's 11, carry the 1, that's 4. So you can see that all 3 numbers are fairly close to the actual answer.